Hello and welcome to my first commentary format video on my YouTube channel. My last two full gameplay videos did pretty well, and I decided to format something a bit differently this time because I'm currently playing off stream. As you can see, let me just showcase what I've been up to recently. I'm literally like 2-3 wins off Challenger, literally 59 ranks away from top 300, and I've been doing pretty well, to say the least. I've had a game versus Agron, won that, just something light. But at the end of the day, like, I've been performing consistently off stream, and I've just had a crazy hard game to win actually, versus this guy who is actually the current rank 1 player on his Smurf account. And as you can see, his stats are pretty freakish. This guy is, I mean, like, you just already see this kind of level, even in solo queue, like, by the top end players. But I mean, he is rank 1. I mean, currently rank 2, kind of clickbait. This is his main account. He hasn't played on it. He's just grinding his Smurf at the moment. He's sitting very comfortably at the top of the ladder, and well, I just had a game versus him, and yeah, I managed to beat him. So how did I do it? Well, let's just jump into game and see how. Okay, so a couple things to note before the game begins. Am I intimidated by enemy jungle being as good as he is? Sort of, but at the same time, I have confidence in myself and my own ability, and I know my worth as a player, so I do believe that I can win against Skewmond, who is a rank 1 player. He's literally got some crazy peak on this game, like 1.7 KLP, and he is constantly at the top 5 of the solo queue ladder all season long, and he's also playing in LFL for BDS Academy. So can I beat him? Can Skull Kid, a random fucking Udyr one trick in EU West high grandmaster, can he, well, challenger peak, but like, currently high grandmaster, can he beat a player of this caliber? Well, I mean, you already know the answer. The game was won. Okay, let me just say that. But basically, my game plan this game, I know he's probably going to path away from his bot lane because he has Smolder and Zillion. So what I'm assuming is I won't cross paths with him this game. He's just going to go for a top lane gank early. I just had to play around my bot because I do have some setup here with the Zac support and strong side, so shadowing my bot side would be ideal this game. So I'm going to swap blue buff. Kind of leave top lane alone because Singed, I mean, it's just an annoying champion. It's kind of a waste of time to gank unless like you're 100% certain you can kill it, and honestly, it's not even worth trying sometimes. So anyways, just doing a standard full clear down to bot side. I also ward this, by the way, just in case he starts Raptors. Like, the odd chance he does start Raptors and then try to like level 2 invade me here or something, because some people do it, but it's unlikely on Lee Sin. It's more of a safety precaution ward. But yeah, just moving on, just do standard full clear, nothing crazy going on. So yeah, as I expected, he's pathing top side. Now I should have actually, I made a mistake here by not pinging this because I already knew it was coming, but top laners, they don't really pay attention to things like that. I fail a gank mid, unfortunately. Maybe I could have empowered Eid this, I don't really know, but either way. I'm just gonna get Skull Crab. My top laner does unfortunately die. I should have pinged it for him, that is actually my bad. I was just expecting him to not die to it, but yeah, I mean, it's just Singed. I mean, Lee Sin can definitely play around top lane a bit, because he does have setup there. So I recall, get tier 2 boots, and I'm just doing another full clear because, there's nothing to overcomplicate. My top laner does get solo killed again, this time. Just complete solo kill, it is what it is. Top lane at the end of the day, it's not my win con. So my bot lane took a fight here. I'm here to pick up the free kill onto Smolder. Now, admittedly, the Smolder is a support main. I don't know if you know who Targamas is, but he is a rank 1 peak player, LFL player, KC, LEC player as well, like whatever. But he is on Smolder, so it's kind of a weird game, to be honest. It's a really weird high elo lobby. I really mess up here. I really mess up here. I tried to save the Zac blobs, but I ended up misplaying it in the moment. Basically, what I should have done, right, is I should have timed my stun just a little bit later, as my Zac is about to you know, respawn with his passive. But unfortunately, I mistimed it, and it makes my Zac die, and I end up dying as well. So this is not a good play by me. This is really, really int. But at the end of the day, it's not over. It just means that Lee Sin just has an early lead, which you can expect from a play like that. So anyways, right now I'm on the map right now. I think, yeah, this guy's on this. I have to like concede a bit of pressure here. I'm just like looking around before I actually try to make a play or like commit to farming my jungle camps, because I do not have priority for grubs right now. My Ahri's in base. I have a Yone top that's losing lane. They have a Singed, Ryze Kaporlin, Zilean was just there. Like, it's very sketchy to actually try and make a play. But I do end up getting one of them after I see Lee Sin is on this. I managed to scavenge one away, but I'm not going to overdo it. I'm just going to take my small victory and leave it there. So I noticed that there's a pink ward in this bush, so what do? I don't continue the blue buff because I know he's going to invade it. Now unfortunately, I do have to concede this. It's kind of like a you know, an ego play if I continue doing the blue, because I'm either going to lose it and die, or I'm just going to lose it. So I take the lesser choice. He does use ult to get me away from it, so it is what it is. Like, I have to be really careful because Singed is also nearby, Ryze is ready for the rotation. But he takes a small victory, he leaves, and I'm just holding on to my Awaken just in case, because I still don't have vision of where Lee Sin and Ryze are. So I'm just holding on to my Awaken for Gromp here just to ensure that I take it. And the Singed ends up going through my towers to proxy. My Zac is on the rotation, so I go for this play and powered E to ensure the stun. And so he can't flip me, and we get the shutdown on Singed, which is pretty good for me. So right now the game is actually very stabilized, despite having to concede a little bit early and like one mistake with the bot lane play. I'm still even with enemy jungler if anything. We both have 300 gold shutdown, we both have 3 kills. Roughly the same amount of gold, he's like 1 or 2 camps up on me. It is what it is. So the reason I take red buff here instead of my regular camps is because I want to be ready for a potential Drake fight. So I want the red buff to be as strong as possible for the fights. And, you know, I don't want my camp timers to be fucked up by just, like, say, starting my Raptors and then leaving my Krugs up. So I'd rather just take the red buff. Now, me and Zac are, like, 2v2ing enemy jungle support right now. I do end up hitting the ward there, kind of embarrassing, but it works because they use so much focus on Zac that I was able to trade the Lee Sin, which is very good in this case, because he has a shutdown, I get the shutdown. Pretty good overall 2v2. Probably, as I said, I probably could have played it better, but at the end of the day, it got the job done, so we managed to get the dragon here for free. They do have weak side lanes, keep this in mind. Okay, enemy jungler, as good as he is playing with a Ryze, Smolder, and Zilean on his bot side of the map, which is why he kind of has to play top side this game. So I can't really say, like, he's doing anything incorrectly, because he's not. He's just playing around the circumstances that he's been given. Sorry, I can't English. He has losing bot lane. His mid is just kind of Ryze just AFK farming, you know, doing B-style, doing his own thing, playing to scale, etc. Because their scaling is really good on enemy team. Except they have a lot of magic damage and not consistent DPS, so Smolder really has to get some crit items and actually auto-attack people in order for my team to die later on into the game, because their DPS is actually quite low. So team comp wise, we do, in general, I think have the better team comp overall. But as I said, this game was very close. As you can see, the game, dead even gold, dead even. 9 to 11 kills, 1 Infernal Dragon, and the gold is basically even. Kind of lost my train of thought, but I mean, the gameplay speaks for itself. I'm basically just playing accordingly, trying to shadow my laners when I can. Just look for anything that I can really contribute to before clearing my camps, because that's the thing in high elo, is that you can't overcommit to doing like a full clear, for example, in a lot of games when, you know, shit's happening and there's a lot of things that you need to be involved in as the jungler, or you will just lose the game. If you're full clearing 20 times on repeat and enemy junglers making proactive plays, not only are you just going to lose because your team is just going to be too behind and tilted, but like your full clears won't actually amount to anything because your team is going to be too behind. So I need to be there for my team for all these plays. We managed to get a pick onto Lee Sin again. Pretty nice kill. Managed to steal away the blue buff for that. I'm not going to overcommit to enemy jungle because Zilean is patrolling the area. He's kind of trolling. It's unlucky that he doesn't die here. Kind of survived last tick of the Andries. But yeah, I don't go for more here because, as I said, Zilean and this guy have Prio and Smolder as well. I mean, Smolder less likely to rotate, but it's just in case. I'm reducing the risk involved in the play. So back to clearing my jungle for a bit. We look for a mid lane play. Now what I do here, by the way, is I stun the Ryze before his ult goes off so he can't teleport. Unfortunately, he does have flash, so that's all we can really get from that. He plays it accordingly. Enemy mid laner is Markoon, by the way, who is a 2000 LP LEC jungler, who is also off-rolling on enemy team. So, you know, as much as they have 3 rank 1 peak players on enemy team, literal pro players, they do have 2 people off-roll, so their chances of winning are a bit lower in general. I don't really have any notable people on my team. I'm kind of just like playing a solo queue game and these are my teammates type of thing. They have 3 rank 1 players, but yeah, obviously only one of them can be the jungler, so. Now here I think, what just happened? I kind of lost my train of thought. Let me run this back a bit. Okay, so I do my red buff. And we burn the Ryze flash mid. Oh yeah, and then I do Drake on spawn because I see that Lee Sin is top lane. Managed to get this. They're gonna rotate onto my top side. I take Skull Crab. There's just a fight kicking off here. My team managed to hold their own. Unfortunately, we do concede blue, but it is what it is. I got theirs earlier, as I said. And I end up arriving here in time. So this is a really good timer to take Herald because we've just killed 3 of the enemy team. We did trade a couple kills, but we overall come out on top because my team managed to hold it down while I wasn't there. So that when I did arrive, we get a free Herald and the kill onto Ryze as well, so it's very nice. Something that I do a lot on Udyr, especially in the mid to late game, or mainly mid game, is look for enemy raptors when they're up. Because it fucks with the enemy jungle's topside timers. And it's just a nice little gift every time they're up, because Udyr can just one-shot the camp and leave with almost no risk involved. It's very easy to counter jungle raptors as Udyr, can create very small advantages that build up over time by doing it. It's just a nice play to make. So once again, I'm just placing Herald down mid because the tower is in execute range. And we just need to apply as much pressure as we can with this Herald now. I'm just hovering with my bot lane here, who are very fed, by the way. They're very strong at this point in the game. So I'm just ensuring that I protect my AD carry especially, and just back up any plays that are to be made. So at the end of this game, I end up with about 6.4 CS a minute. Now I do end up inting here. This is like not a good death by me. I overstep. I don't have my Awaken Up. If I had Awaken Up and I dropped my ult before dying, maybe we could have gotten something else, like maybe a kill in return, but unfortunately I overstepped, so that's basically like mistake number 2, I'd say, this game out of 19 minutes. Shit, sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. I ended this game with 6.4 CS a minute, which you might think, that's really low on Udyr. Why would you have 6.4 CS a minute? That's like such a low CS to average. Well, I need to be there for plays, man, otherwise I just lose. If I play for 8 CS a minute plus in a game where there's a lot of team fights, we're just gonna end up losing, as I said earlier. That's like just going back on the point that I made earlier about having to be involved in team fights in high elo, because this is a literal challenger lobby. Every player in this lobby has basically peaked challenger at one point or another, or is currently in challenger. And, you know, lots of pros, etc, etc. Like, I need to make sure that I'm involved in the game as much as I can. Like, look, right here. Look, my whole bot side is up and stuff, but I need to make sure that I need to escort my team out of this overextension here. Which, unfortunately ends up being really enemy team favored, because my team really did overstay. Past the bot lane tower. I don't know, my team was just trolling here, so now we're on a bad timer. Drake just spawned. Now my team is all low HP, they have the base, and obviously enemy team has a brain, so they're gonna try and stop our bases and force like a fight when we're all low, so that they can ensure Drake and get more pressure out on the map. So it's pretty good comeback play for enemy team just to push us out here like this. I'm kind of stun locked right now. I'm like looking at Zilean. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? This guy is a Zilean OTP. He's not filled or anything. He literally one tricks the champ. He has like a 70% win rate and he's just like trolling in my own jungle. And he dies like this. So admittedly, enemy's support is kind of a troll this game. I won't discredit that, and I won't discredit me having the better team, okay? I kind of entered this as well, as you can see. But we just shouldn't have fought here in general. We should have just taken the small victory on the Zilean. But thankfully we do get 2 return kills. I think, let's see, did the Yon TP? Yeah, Yon TP'd from behind. He had pretty good position. They're all kind of low. The Kai'Sa's also in a good position. She's very 1v9 here. Playing the fight as good as she can. And we managed to get some return kills for the 2v2. Oh, sorry. We trade 2 for 2. Plus the Zilean, but they also get the dragon. So it's basically a dead even trade. We get 3 kills, they get 2, but they also get the dragon, so... Fast forward a bit. So my whole jungler's up now. What am I gonna do? Well, I see my team is hovering around Baron, so I need to once again shadow them, make sure they don't die in river or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it a day after blue buff. We end up starting this. Oh my gosh, I remember, bro. We end up starting and stopping the Baron like so many times because obviously we just don't want to flip it versus a Lee Sin. It's very easy to steal on Lee Sin, especially when their player on it is very good. So it's just a bit of a discombobulated fight. We have to concede pressure right now because Zac just died. We leave the Baron. We're not going to flip the game because so many high elo games are just thrown from Baron alone. I think, yeah, so this is an overstep from enemy team here. I'm just hovering my Kai'Sa, my strongest member. So they end up going on her here. As you can see, they kick her. But she's able to not get one shot, gets the ult off, and powered E so I don't get slowed. Boom, boom, boom. We get some nice pickups here. And now you might think, surely we can just go Baron now, right? Surely, we've just killed 2. Our Zac is respawning in 5 seconds. Nope. The fighting still continues. So, we get the Singe as well, but can we do Baron now? 3 are dead. Can we actually get the Baron? I'm literally like, guys, please just come Baron, but no, the fighting still continues. The Ryze and the Zilean managed to hold it down long enough for his teammates to respawn, so I get off Baron. Now I'm a bit frustrated because the Baron is just never being taken at this point. The game is just a complete mosh up. I just have to... The Zilean once again trolling. I don't know what the fuck this guy was smoking. We end up getting this guy for free. He's now on a terrible death timer. He's out of sync with his teammates, randomly dying. Now, surely we should be able to start Baron now. Okay, my Zac actually gets a good engage. So, oh, never mind. We're still going. I just have to be involved. The Singe dies here as well. Oh, this is like the 20th time we're starting Baron, but hey, it's a high elo game. You gotta do what you gotta do. We finally end up securing it at 25 minutes. Now we have a massive gold lead at this point. We have 2 Drakes up, we have Baron. We're very strong. All I had to do is pull for my Kai'Sa. Build path this game, I go Randuin's and Force of Nature because they have Sundered Sky user and also a crit ADC. So Randuin's has value, and the reason why I go Force of Nature is because it's good against Singed and their APs that gradually deal damage over time. Gives me some movement speed, gives me some stacking magic resist. It's overall, I think these are like the best items I could have bought. And my next item, depending on what my base would be, is either Anathemas for the Smolder because he's going to end up scaling, or a Knight's Vow to put on one of my team members. I can't put it on Kai'Sa because my Zac already has one. So if I was to get a Knight's Vow, probably be an Ahri or something. I'm not too trustworthy of my Yon. He's kind of entered quite a lot this game, so I'd probably put it on Ahri. Okay, I need to take a breather. I'm yapping too hard. But yeah, anyways, pretty self-explanatory. We're just pushing with Baron. Drake is up, but we want to apply as much map pressure as we can. Keep the enemy team on the back foot as long as we can before securing the Drake. We can always get the dragon later. Lee Sin is literally dead because, I don't know, he just randomly died to Yon. But yeah, like at this point, we're honestly looking for the end. Enemy junglers died. We have the numbers advantage, but we don't actually have the numbers advantage because Yon is still top lane pushing it out. We're not actually 5 versus 4. We're actually 4v4. So now it's at points like this when you have to play very careful because they do have a Singed that is really useful in team fights, and they also have a late game Smolder who can execute us if he gets a really good angle. So. But my Kai'Sa goes in, balls deep, she does end up going down, there's just a lot of shit going on. I realize, fuck, this is too risky, I'm gonna back out. But my Ahri flashes forward. This guy has Zhonya's, so we can't really do anything. Nice sidesteps on the Q there. We just need to leave. This is an overstay. I don't like this, very anxious at the moment. My teammates definitely overstayed there versus Smolder, late game Smolder. So we don't bite off more than we can chew. We just try to secure some pressure around Baron. I mean, sorry, Dragon. My brain is fried. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my teammates to get into position before I actually start it, because I don't want to get caught if the enemy team decides to rotate. But in general, they aren't really in a good position to contest it, so it should be free either way. My Ahri hits a nice charm here. Just gonna go into this mode. I end up leaving because, I mean, I just get chunked out really hard. My team's playing the fight really well though. My Yon has a good ulti here on the Zillion. Managed to get a kill. Unfortunately, it's a trade. Smolder late game, as I said. But we're winning the team fight. I'm just kind of existing, tanking what I need to do, tanking what I need to tank, existing where I need to exist. And it's pretty simple at this point in the game. We kind of do just have a game-winning position. This guy just TPs in, dies. Pretty troll by Mr. Marcoon. Yeah, we still can't end, man. This is the thing, like, we have this massive, look, we have 11k gold lead, we have 3 Drakes, and we had Baron as well before that. And we still can't end the game because they have Smolder late game. And their champs honestly scale really well. We just need a very good angle to actually round out the game. So as you can see, I never end up full clearing my jungle. It's just a waste of time. If an objective's up or if my teammates are grouping, I need to be there with them. I'm not gonna stick to full clearing. I take 1 or 2 camps here and there, and then I join my team. So we managed to get this this Baron. I always mix the two together, man. And then this is where I think the last team fight commences. It's actually very close, despite how behind enemy team is. My teammates are in. They're actually getting nuked. Look at my backliner's health, man. This is all from Rise and Smolder damage. But we end up coming out on top finally. Now I run down the Zillion here, I believe. I know he's a bit slippery. I have to play it slow because I don't want to get one shot by Smolder. I do have Anathemas for the Smolder, but I'm still getting one shot by him. That's how crazy the champ is late game. But my bot lane stops the bases, ends up killing the Smolder, Zillion's last one alive, and that's GG. We managed to win against a rank 1 player, so it's honestly not that complicated, believe it or not. You just need to play accordingly, and you can even win versus some of the best players. Now, I won't say that my bot lane didn't smurf it and that my teammates weren't better, because they definitely were this game. My teammates completely took over, but this is a good example of just how to play jungle role when you have teammates that are actually competent, I guess. Now, if you are watching this video and you're like, you know, say Emerald or Diamond, or you're just playing in lower elos in general, this is probably not a good game to learn from, because there's just not a whole lot that you can do if your teammates are really bad in low elo. Like this game, my teammates played so well mid to late game. There were a couple mistakes, like a couple oversteps, overstays, but overall, they played good, right? And all I have to do as a jungle role playing a tank frontliner like Udyr is to just peel for my fed carries and just play the team fights best I can and just be near them. Just shadow your laners when you need to.